And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph. Today we are going to talk about the question, semen retention or 80-hour work week. Which one is the most important one? Which one is to be prioritized? Which one do you need to be focused on? Which one should we talk about today? Well, we're talking about both. Okay, so let's hear this message. Question number 1. Are you today hypersexualized? That's the first question I'm going to start with. Are you hypersexualized? And I'm going to tell you that you most probably are. If you ejaculate more than once every month, okay, or every 2 months or every 3 months, in my opinion, you're hypersexualized, okay? Some people will say maybe if once a week it's not a big deal. I mean, come on, you know? However, we take things to the nth degree on this channel. We're not really just trying to be normal or trying to be common or we're trying to become extraordinary men, okay? We want to be as masculine as we possibly can be. And if we're hypersexualized, that means we're feminine. That means we're focusing on things of a nature that's kind of immediate gratification and at this lower animal plane, okay? Sex is wonderful and needs to be used for motivation, absolutely. It's one of the greatest experiences of life. But it needs to be used as a reward in order for you to achieve everything in life that you've ever desired, okay? And you can use it as a reward by being voluntary celibate, okay? You don't have to even do it for now, okay? As long as you have the bigger picture of where you're ending up and where you're gonna be in a few years' time. But for now, it's not the time to be hypersexualized, okay? At all. If anything, being hypersexualized, I'll describe it to you. How does it look like? It's basically ejaculating on a continual basis, which causes you to want to ejaculate again, okay? And which causes you to seek for opportunities for you to ejaculate, okay? We have something called the amygdala. I think that's what it's called, okay? In the brain. Oh, wait, or it's called reticular activating system. That's what it is, okay? What does it do? It basically is like when you're looking for a specific car and you're just like dreaming about this car or you know, whatever it is, you'll begin to see that car everywhere, okay? So it's basically your reticular activating system is looking for opportunities to solve your problem, okay? So when you activate it, man, it's a powerful thing. But you are most probably part of the 95% of men who activate it only for sexual purposes. So you're constantly on the lookout for the opportunity to ejaculate, for the opportunity of a woman, okay? This is being hypersexualized when you should be looking for opportunities for progress, for, you know, creating massive exponential growth in your life, okay? So being hypersexualized is a problem, and you probably have this problem, okay? So obviously we should be focused on SR, right? Because if you focus on SR, then you can, you know, stop being hypersexualized and you can actually get some stuff done. Not so fast. Let's keep going. Are you at home? Okay, did I describe what hypersexual? Yeah, I did. Are you at home with bare naked ladies? It's a good question. How often are you at home? Okay, a lot of guys these days, especially around the pandemic, I mean, we've been home all the time. What could we do? There is nothing else we could do. Okay, pandemic over. It's done. Okay, most countries have just like a mask, whatever thing going on there, and vaccines, okay, that is going on. But it's time to go out. It's time to get out of there. And this should have been your lifestyle before the pandemic, if it wasn't. Now, the pandemic's over. It's time to get out of your house. Okay. Why? Because you're trying to get work done. You're trying to build something long-lasting. You're trying to build a conglomerate. You're trying to become your own CEO of your own company. Okay? So if you're going to be able to become that, you can't stay at home. Well, what if I work from home? What if it's an online business? What if I do this, that, and the other, and I'm on my computer and trying to tinker with something, whatever? Even the greatest billionaires in the world started from their garage. Bro, okay? What you need to do is to get the hell out of your house, okay? And you need to stay out there for the vast majority of the day. In my opinion, 12 hours a day, you should not be at home, ever. If you are a single guy who, according to this channel, you're trying to progress in your life, you're trying to get stuff done, don't be at home. Why? Because we live in a different age now than people lived in 30 to 40 to 50 to 100 to 200 years ago. Okay? We live in a different age. Back then, people actually worked. Did you know that? There was no such thing as staying at home collecting welfare payments, or staying at home and making money online, or staying at home and being provided for by your parents. What the flip? Okay? That didn't exist. People started working way earlier and way harder than what people are doing right now, okay? So you have to get to that point of getting out of your house and starting that work. What did I mean about bare naked ladies? The thing that's different about those times and today is that you literally have bare naked ladies in your house every single minute of every single day. This is where you use your phone. This is where you use your laptop and you watch prawn, okay? And you get stuck in there, and maybe you manage to be productive a few hours of the day, which is fantastic, but then you relapse to prawn, and you keep on the hypersexualization going on, right? With prawn, with masturbation, with relapse, with not practicing SR, etc. We have a problem on our hands because you've got bare naked ladies in your room. How much work would you get done, okay? Just thinking figuratively now, if you had bare naked ladies in your room. You're like trying to type, I'm trying to, I'm trying to work here and trying to build a business, and you guys are tempting me and trying to get me to, okay. And then off you go, and then you ruined yourself. You got distracted. You can't work, okay? We're not designed to work in a room with bare naked ladies. Like, that's not how we're wired, okay? But that's what you're trying to do when you're staying at home trying to build a business, which you're not building anyway, okay? Get the hell out of your house. Seriously. I want all of you guys to get out. Because if you get out, most probably you're not going to use your phone. You're not going to turn on your laptop to watch prawn. It's not going to be a need. You might still be addicted to it. You might still do it sometimes. I've people do the darndest things, right? But over time, it's going to become less and less and less and less if you do the 80-hour work week. So we're beginning to compare these two, right? We got semen retention, important. We've got the 80-hour work week, important. Which one is most important, okay? We're going to answer the question. I'll tell you right now, actually. I still have students till this day, okay? After months and months and months and months, who are still struggling with SR. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of done with the topic. And you're like, no, that's why I signed up to your channel. I'm still going to talk about it, okay? Because it's crucial and it's the next step, and everyone needs to hear that message because it's a lifestyle. You got to have it. But I've been living it for so long. I've been having the benefits of it for so long. I'm fired up outside my brain about it for so long that it's just a natural way of life for me. I'm not fired up about it, although I should be fired up because it's absolutely amazing. What I am fired up about, however, is about you having changes happen in your life. Like literal changes. What kind of changes? Where you have an attitude, okay, independent of circumstances, where you have the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, where you can actually control your direction in life, the momentum you have, your work ethic, your focus, and actually progressing. I want you to progress faster than you've ever done in your entire life. And that one thing is stopping you, is you're stuck in front of your computer And this because you can't control yourself because you're young and you've got these urges and you gotta release. And you're keeping yourself in the hypersexualized state. Okay? The reason why I'm over it is because my students are not yet over it. You see what I'm saying? Okay? My kids. There is no man out there, okay, who is single, who is practicing the 80-hour work week, who struggles with porn and masturbation issues. There is no man out there who's practicing the 80-hour work week, who is single, who is a porn addict, and who can't control himself when it comes to those matters. He will not be hypersexualized if he does the 80-hour work week. Now, so if you've actually been hypersexualized for years, you've been addicted for years, this is my message to you that you won't get anywhere else. Okay? Everyone's going to give you like these, oh, you got to take a cold shower and you got to do this and you got to go to sleep early and you got to exercise and you got to blah, 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 blah. All those things are great. Okay? There's nothing that tops the 80-hour work week in terms of getting you out of the house and having accountability partners who get you out of the freaking house. Who are those partners? Your bosses. That's why you need to have a boss, okay? Multiple bosses, in my opinion, who pay you for you showing up. You need it, okay? 2 jobs very often isn't enough. You need that 3rd job in most cases if you're still addicted to porn and masturbation. And I'm fired up outside my brain for you if you take this message seriously. You need to take this this message seriously. Because this is going to revolutionize and change your life forever. No one tells you this message. I'm telling you this message. Which one's most important? Semen retention or 80-hour work week? I will repeat. It is the 80-hour work week. Why? Because it solves the SR problem naturally and automatically with you not even having to think about solving it. Oh, but it's too simple. How can it be so simple when it's like it can't be just that one thing that actually, helps me to get out of it. Well, guess what? It is. I don't believe it. Try it. Try it for flipping 90 days. 6 months if you have to. You will be free. Okay? If you've been addicted to porn and masturbation for years, this is your ticket to freedom. Your ticket to freedom is to put yourself in bondage, in slavery to other people, working for them for a period of time for you to become healed. Okay? For you to actually get out of the environment that you've been in for months and years. You need this. More than anything else on planet Earth, you need the 80-hour work week. Okay? Some people will say, well, you can do 40 hours in a job and then you can have a business on the side. And then you can, or you don't even need a business on the side. You just take care of yourself and nurture yourself and go to the beach and take care of yourself, whatever. No, it's not going to work that way. Why? Because you can't control yourself. Okay? Most of us, okay, are still feminine. Which means we can't control our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. If you can't control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you're going to want to relapse. You're going to want to do the same old thing you've been doing again and again and again. That's not progressing you anywhere. Trust me, there is no billionaire out there, or multimillionaire for that matter, okay, who is single, voluntary celibate, who has a struggle with porn and masturbation. Okay? And the reason why I'm obviously most multimillionaires and billionaires are not celibate, right? So, like I can't really talk about that. But no guy has issues with this unless they're married. Okay? If you're married, it's a different story, because if you haven't checked out my Women of High Value channel, you'll understand, okay, what happens with men when they actually get married and are in monogamous relationships. They begin to struggle a lot, okay? And so very often, guys who are very rich and famous and all that stuff and have tons of women coming to them and wanting, okay, sex from them, then they begin to have difficulties. Or you have the other option, which is a guy who maybe doesn't have options of other women, then he'll turn to porn, right? If he's married and he doesn't get his sexual needs met by his wife, okay, which happens a lot of the time, okay? So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a guy who actually chooses to be single, but he is a billionaire or a multimillionaire, okay? Those guys maybe don't exist, but you get what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you, the 80-hour work week will solve the vast majority of problems, okay, that you have in your life. And it's temporary, okay? It's not something you're going to do for the rest of your life working for other people, okay? Bosses like that. If you start a business on the side of these jobs, then you're going to slowly but surely get yourself out of those jobs. But during that time frame, you'll be free from porn and the porn, and the addictions that you have in your life. Someone mentioned to me one time, well, isn't that just replacing addictions? Like if you were addicted to porn and masturbation and now you're addicted to work instead, like what's the difference? There's no difference, right? There's a massive difference. 80-hour work week causes you to actually be in the service of other people, okay? What kind of service to other people are you doing, giving attention to porn stars and watching that filth? You're not giving you're not creating any benefit to society. In fact, you're actually building up an industry that's causing heartache and sorrow and issues and baggage and all sorts of crap for kids and the next generations. You're building it up, okay? This is one of the reasons why any government employee, I'd recommend for him to find other jobs, because when you work for the government, you're actually literally building up the government, okay? You need a job in the private sector. Do you know that in Norway, 2/3 of the women in all of Norway who have jobs work for the government? And 2/3 of men work for the private sector. So you got 1/3 of each gender that are working for the opposite thing that, that they're supposed to be working for. It's a normal thing for women to work in the government sector, while it's a normal thing for men to work in the private sector, okay? You, as a man, need to work for the private sector. Don't work for the government. It's a very, very bad idea because you're building it up. We're not trying to build up the government, and we're not trying to tear it down either. We're trying to peacefully vote it out of existence, okay? One small step at a time. The train station is far, far away and stationed there, but slowly but surely we're getting there. Anyway, diversifying from the topic at hand here. The point is, please join us towards the 80-hour work week that will radically change your life. One last thought. I saw this video by Dan Lok, okay, where he says, oh, everyone thinks that hard work is what makes people successful. Success does not come from hard work, blah, 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 blah. It comes from mindset. Okay? You're confusing the massive, the masses here. You're confusing the public. You gotta understand that everyone who became massively successful, including you, Dan Lok, you worked massively. You put in tons of effort, okay? Now, obviously, there are tons of people who do hard work that never become massively successful. And yes, you gotta couple it with mindset. But the thing is that you gotta have the 80-hour work week in hell, okay? So to speak, okay? Having those 3 jobs, working 80-hour work week will give you a hell that causes you and forces you to desire a different type of lifestyle long term. That's what you want in your life. Something that pushes you and drives you in that direction. There's nothing else like the 80-hour work week working for other people that will drive you towards entrepreneurship and building your own business There's nothing else in my experience of life that actually fires you up more about becoming a capitalist and entrepreneur for yourself. Okay? I've had this inborn desire to become great. Okay? And it might have been from my SR experience as a teenager. Trying to live SR, I was happy. Okay? I was literally happy the vast majority of the time. I was excited. As a 14-year-old, not so much, okay? That was when I was addicted, just like you. But once I got past that stage and was like, no, I'm going to focus, I'm going to be on point, and, I'm going to live this lifestyle of semen retention, even though I didn't think of it. It was just religiously thinking about it, okay? But I lived it as a teenager. It was freaking hard, but I was just like, no, I'm going to do it. And I was very happy, okay? And grew up continuously happy. People who know me know how happy I've been throughout my years. I'm still fired up outside my brain. Some days are harder than others, but man, compared to the vast majority of people, I'm freaking fired up. You should ask my clients how often I have a down day. Okay, but what I'm trying to explain to you, this is the last part of the video. You have the catch-22 aspect, and I've explained this before, where you have SR, which creates a massive hunger for success, a massive hunger and drive and ambition towards becoming great, towards becoming, who you were supposed to be and fulfilling your true potential, okay? That's what SR does to you, and that's why people are so fired up about it, because they're like, whoa, my life is changing. Once they actually begin to practice SR. All of my clients are still talking to me all the time about SR, although I'm not really interested. What I'm interested in figuring out how many hours did you work this week and how effective were those hours? And if it wasn't effective, let's figure out what the problem was. Very often the problem is they're still hypersexualized, okay? And so, that's kind of the main issue that's holding them back, okay? But the people that are being held back by that are usually those clients who refuse to do the 80-hour work week. Okay? One of them I've had for a year, and over a long period of time, he just hasn't wanted to do it. I actually got a couple of those clients, okay? But over time, they're beginning to get it. They're beginning to see the picture. Their emotions don't want to, but their brains are beginning to move in that direction because there's no other way. Is there no other way? Well, we've tried them all, okay? So let's try the one that actually does work, shall we? Which is the 80-hour work week, right? And then you got the 80-hour work week on the other hand, which is basically, you don't want to do it, right? Because you're not ambitious, and you don't have a hunger for success, and you don't have a drive, and you don't want to do anything because you ejaculate on a continual basis. So you're literally caught between a rock and a hard place. Which one should you choose? Because you can't choose any of them because, SR, you can't do it because you can't control yourself. You don't have any accountability partners. You're not outside your house. You're at home with bare naked ladies all day, and you're not really doing anything productively, so you're at home not controlling yourself. Okay? Problem. And then you got the 80-hour work week where you basically have the opportunity to now do something great with your life and start, moving massively towards your dreams and goals, but you don't have any hunger or desire or drive or ambition to actually get those jobs and actually get it done. You see, you're caught between a rock and a hard place. And this is the time where you need to trick yourself into success and just do the one thing. Get out of your house and apply for 20 to 100 jobs every single day until you have 3 jobs that fill up your 80-hour schedule, okay? That's the only thing. If I can get you to just do that until you have those 3 jobs. You're out of your house from 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 at night, okay? Maybe do 9 until 9, but that's kind of pushing it. Morning and evening are very dangerous, okay? But 8 to 8 or 9 to 9, and you're out all freaking day, okay? And you already have a CEO schedule, even though you're unemployed, getting the 80-hour work week done. If you just commit to that every single day, you're never home. Never, ever home. That's it. and then you build yourself up to 20 to 100 applications every single day, given out face-to-face, personally, to every manager in town, wherever you live, wherever you vicinity of where you stay, to get those 3 jobs. Let's get it happen. Let's make it happen, okay? I'm fired up outside my brain for you. This is the channel that you come to in order for you to get all of your dreams and goals long term. I'm helping you to build the mindset, the foundation of what is needed for you to become a ballistic missile. I know you got it in you. No matter who you are, okay? You can make it happen. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome.